Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Political Vigilante. My name is Graham Elwood. So, Kamala Harris, we should be talking about what she did as a district attorney and then attorney general of the state of California, and what she's done as a senator. If she wants to be president of the United States, we should do this with all the candidates. We've talked about what Tulsi Gabbard has done as a congresswoman. I'll do more videos on that. We've talked about who she's gotten money from, which raised a lot of controversy. But here's an article from 2010 in the San Francisco Weekly while she was a district attorney. Getting ready to run in 2011, she ran successfully to be Attorney General of the state of California. So this is while she was just a district attorney. Secrecy fetish. District Attorney Kamala Harris is going too far in protecting Catholic pedophiles. This is from Matt Smith of 2010. I'll put the link to the whole article in the show notes. 2010. San Francisco Weekly's attempts to obtain her office files on Catholic clergy abuse under the State Public Records Act. As a matter of public record, suggests Harris favors concealment over transparency. Yeah, I didn't know this. I just found this out, right? So here's a little backstory on what she was investigating. For those of you who don't know, Cardinal William Lilith was Archbishop of San Francisco until 2005. He is now a top Vatican official and the Holy See's most prominent defender of Pope Benedict the 15th against allegations that the pontiff has failed to adequately deal with pedophile priests. In San Francisco, Lilith was known as a key architect of the church's practice of keeping abuse allegations secret, protecting abusive priests, and punishing church whistleblowers. This is, by the way, is how the Vatican acts. Okay, this is standard Vatican procedure. Okay, so this guy covered up the priests when it started to get dangerous, or not dangerous, when they started to uncover his behavior. Oh, they put him to the Vatican. So like the Cardinal Lou was the cardinal in Boston, and then when the Spotlight scandal broke, that was released on January 6, 2002, eventually Cardinal Lou got moved to the Vatican, and Cardinal Lou knew about the 86 pedophile priests in the Boston Archdiocese, and he actively covered it up, so the Vatican protected him. This is what the Vatican does. This is not like, what? How did this? No, this is what they do. This is what they've done all over the world. All over the world. Watch the movie Spotlight. Watch the Netflix documentary The Keepers. That was Baltimore, I believe. And how the Archdiocese smears and punishes church whistleblowers. Right? Portions of the record come to light in stories by then San Francisco Weekly staff writer Ron Russell in 2005, and in May 5 story in the New York Times that recounted elements of Russell's reporting. By sifting through documents made public as a result of lawsuits, Russell learned that during the 1990s and 2000s, Lilith helped keep allegations against pedophile priests shrouded in secrecy. Alleged abusers included Salesian brother Salvatore Bellante, who police alleged had sexual relations with at least 24 children. At least the cops verified he was a pedophile with 24 children, Catholic priest. But charges were dropped after the California Supreme Court overturned the state law extending the statute of limitations for pedophiles. I wonder how many Catholics are on the California Supreme Court. And so the full contents of the Archdiocese clergy abuses files obtained by prosecutors were never revealed at trial. Hey, Graham, you were raised Catholic. How come you still don't practice Catholicism? I don't know. They fuck kids and cover it up? Maybe that's a... I'm sorry. I'm so sorry if this offends any Catholics watching, and I really hope I'm not trying to offend if you're a practicing Catholic and you get a lot out of that faith and you feel like a spiritual connection for God. Good for you. Go to your local parish, go into the confessional, and say, "Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I'm still practicing the sin of being a Catholic." That's the sin. I don't know how you hear about this and they go, no, that church, I'm still going there. I still like it. Good for you. District Attorney Kamala Harris possesses San Francisco Archdiocese files containing details of how the church dealt with the pedophilia priests that go back as far as 80 years. But Harris, the frontrunner in the June primary elections to become the Democratic candidate for California Attorney General, has for 5 years rebuffed reporters' efforts to view those files, despite statements that former DA Terrence Hallahan saying they should be released. So the former district attorney said we should release the documents. Right? Now, and the article goes into it. Harris's office says we can't, we're protecting the secrecy of the, or we're protecting the child victims. Just such bullshit, man. You're protecting the priests. Putting the priests' names out there is how this ends. People need to know who these priests are. They need to know what they did. That's why the victims have come forward. When they become adults, and as someone that is a survivor of child sexual abuse, it was not by a Catholic priest. It was from a woman that was a friend of my mom's. And I posted a video on that. There's a Me Too video if you want to. Part of it, when you start to get into recovery after having been abused, is you need to tell your story and you need to talk about your abuser, because if you don't, it's re-traumatizing for the abuse. Because when you were abused, whatever the situation was as a child, you had to, somebody either told you to cover up, or you felt a lot of shame or whatever. And there's a lot of shame and anger and guilt that comes along with it. So then when you go to start getting therapy and support groups and all that stuff, which I'm hoping these victims of these pedophile priests have done, and the ones that have come forward, I'm assuming they're doing some kind of trauma recovery work. Part of it is the more you talk about it. There's a really good book, Victims No Longer, and The Doubtfully Feeling. When you do that, it actually helps your healing. So Kamala Harris's reasons are either uninformed or deliberately nonsensical, so she's covering up for priests. It's worth recalling that Harris was recently lambasted by a judge for hiding the extent of the evidence handling scandal at the San Francisco Police Department crime lab. How did she rise up? How did she become Attorney General? For ignoring her constitutional obligation to turn over to defense attorneys the criminal histories of police testifying at trial. All right. A judge. This is what the Harris department said back in 2010 when this article was written. District Attorney Harris focuses her efforts on putting child molesters in prison. We're not interested in selling out our victims to look good in the paper. Man, they got a skilled marketing team. She's got a skilled marketing team. When this case was brought under Terrence Hallahan, prosecutors took the utmost care to protect the identity and dignity of the victims. That was the right thing to do then, and it's the right thing to do now. We want to know who the Catholic priests are, not the victims. Kamala. Joelle Kastrick, Western Regional Director of SNAP, that's an organization for survivors of who have been, I forget what the acronym stands for, but people who have been abused by priests. That's SNAP is a national organization. It's a support group. She was sexually abused as a child by a lay teacher at a Catholic school. She had to sue to obtain records pertaining to the incidents. She rejects Harris' rationale for keeping Archdiocese abuse records secret. It's possible, even routine, to release records about pedophile priests while protecting the names of victims, she explained. So let's go back to the bullshit statement, right? We took the utmost care to protect the identity and dignity of the victims. That was the right thing to do then. It's the right thing to do now. Oh, here's an abuse survivor who's saying it's possible, even routine, to release records about pedophile priests while protecting the names of the victims. Here are the names of the priests, and we're not releasing the names of the victims. How hard is that? Rick Simmons, who has represented victims in clergy abuse cases, said Harris is notorious for refusing to respond to public records requests. He added that her office has refused to release records even of investigations into priests who have already been tried, convicted, jailed, and released. Other district attorneys, such as Alameda County's Nancy O'Malley, have been far more forthcoming. Nancy O'Malley sounds like a nice Irish Catholic girl. Particularly when it comes to exposing clergy about who abuse children. Simon said that Harris' penchant for secrecy shows a pattern and practice of policy of ignoring the rights of children by one of the largest institutions in the city and county of San Francisco and in the Bay Area. That's what she did release, though. Harris released this photo, but not the files on clergy sexual abuse back in 2010. There's a quote in the article, too, from the guy from Snap who's like, this is complete bullshit. She's protecting priests. You can say that. It's complete bullshit. She's protecting priests. It's easy. It has been done in the past, and you can do it. She wouldn't do that back in 2010. She ran for Attorney General in 2011 after having protected pedophile priests. She got money from Steve Mnuchin from One West Bank. She became Attorney General in 2011, never released any of this info. And then, of course, I did the whole video on how she didn't prosecute Steve Mnuchin for all of his bank fraud at One West Bank. And she wants to be, you want her to be your president? Okay, I don't. I do not. I do not want her to be my president at all. Doesn't make me racist and sexist. It means I don't like people that cover up for pedophile priests. There's plenty of Irish people that look like me that have covered up for pedophile priests, and I don't back them. This is just one aspect of it, not to mention all the people of color she put behind bars. This is just, and the media is just pushing her on us left and right. So hard no. The more the media pushes her and says that she's the front runner, even though she isn't, the more I'm going to find all this information and say, no way. No way. No way. Thanks for watching the show, you guys. Support it on the Patreon at patreon.com/Graham Elwood. Watch the ads play. Don't click skip ad. When you click skip ad, I don't get paid. If you have a YouTube Red subscription, I get paid no matter how you watch it, which is fantastic. Like, subscribe, share the videos out there. Follow me on social media. It's all at GrahamElwood.com. All my tour dates. I'm coming to a bunch of cities near you. Chicago, the Gulf States, Texas, Salt Lake City, Boise, whole East Coast run. Go to GrahamElwood.com. Come out to a live show. Thanks for watching.